South Asia.
So essentially what's happened is that Sheikh Mohammed and the Maktoum family were able to convince people to come and invest money there.
Well, they articulated a very good case for investing in Dubai, and I think they jump-started that with some of their own investments.
The initial investment was made by Sheikh Mohammed's father, who decided to dredge a coastal waterway called the Creek, which had been the center of Dubai's commercial activity for centuries. It was the beginning of what would become one of the largest ports in the world and a major transshipment point for goods headed to and from Asia. Next, Sheikh Mohammed came up with the idea of turning Dubai into an international center for finance and media. He set up a series of free trade zones, promising no taxes, minimal regulation, and special incentives to corporations willing to locate here. And he began building it all, convinced they would come. And they have.
It's an amazing experiment where
Dr. Omar bin Suleiman is the governor of Dubai's financial district.
everything is done with risks, but calculated risks.
Since it opened 2 years ago, the Dubai International Finance Center has attracted banks, investment firms, and capital from around the world.
And to facilitate that for them,
And according to Dr. bin Suleiman, it's just the beginning of what will eventually be a city within a city.
So what is this going to look like in 5 years?
5 years from now, you're going to see towers on your right, towers on your left. You're going to see a 1.5 kilometer garden where you can exercise. And if you're bored of that, you can go underneath it for a 1.5 kilo shopping mall.
1.5 kilometers, that's more than a mile.
Yes. And it is not the largest shopping center in the world, because that's next door.
Next door is the Burj Dubai development, where the largest shopping center in the world is under construction at the base of what will become the world's tallest building. It's being built by Emaar Properties, by some measure the world's largest real estate developer. It is 1/3 owned by Sheikh Mohammed and the Dubai government, which has a financial stake in almost all of the development here.
Welcome to the site, Steve.
Thank you.
Emaar's chairman, Muhammad Alabar, took us up to what was then the top, past what will be the first Giorgio Armani hotel and floor after floor of million-dollar apartments. It was already nearly a half a mile high, and when it is finished, it will be twice as tall as the Empire State Building. And Alabar isn't worried about finding tenants with deep pockets.
We're about 85% sold. We sold 1.1 billion US in 2 nights, which is really amazing.
Alabar was educated in the United States and is one of Sheikh Mohammed's young lions, protégés handpicked by the Sheikh to run his largest enterprises. Another is Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, chairman of Dubai World, who also runs a significant part of the Sheikh's business empire.
I think he looks at Dubai. What does Dubai need? What is missing in Dubai? And when he thinks something missing, we're going to do it.
7 years ago, Sheikh Mohammed decided what Dubai needed was more waterfront property and beaches for all those tourists who were going to come. Dubai only had 60 miles of coastline, so he ordered Sultan to create more.
After 2 months, I came to him, I showed him, this is a picture of perspective, an idea of an island. He said, how much beach is going to give us? I said, 7 kilometers. He said, why not 70? And I know him. This is his way. You know, he's always ask you the impossible, not what you are able, what you cannot do.
So Sheikh Mohammed gave you the land and told you to start building.
He gives the water.
Gave you the water. You had to make the land.
We have to make the land.
Business consultants told him the project was unfeasible, but with no environmental regulations to stop him, Sultan began dredging 100 million cubic yards of sand from the Persian Gulf, along with 7 million tons of rock, to form a man-made island in the shape of a palm. It more than doubled the coastline of Dubai and created waterfront condos and homes for 150,000 people, not including 35 hotels.
Most people, if they brought in a business consultant and they told them this is a terrible idea, it's not going to work, they wouldn't do it.
Most people, yes, but not us.
I must tell you, Your Highness, that there are some members on your team who, from time to time, had doubts. I won't name them, but they looked and they said, after you told them what you wanted, they said, this is impossible. They thought that you were crazy, that it would never work.
Yeah, if you don't want to name them, I can name them.
Some of them are sitting over there on the couch.
It's easy to laugh about now. The Palm Island project sold out in less than a week. Sultan says that houses that initially went for $1 million are being resold by the original investors and real estate speculators for 5 times that. But the day we went ashore, a month after the official opening, the Palm Island was a ghost town.
It's very strange. I mean, I don't see any people.
People just started moving in.
It's not clear when or if the actual owners will start moving in. Most of the properties were bought as second or third homes by wealthy Arabs, Russians, and Europeans to be used a few months a year, or as real estate investments, or as a way to move money offshore to a safe haven. But it has not stopped the building. 3 more offshore developments are underway, including a chain of 300 man-made islands, some of which will be private. They're shaped and situated to resemble a map of the world, which is what the project is called, the world. Demand is said to be strong, but to many, Dubai has the feel of a speculative bubble that could easily burst. When we come back, the difficulties of creating a modern society in one of the world's toughest neighborhoods, and Dubai's high-tech solution to preserve an ancient sport.